What's better, quality or quantity?
Quality.
So we can talk about many different things when we're referring to that. So like,
Oh, this could go dangerous.
what should we start with? Should we start simple? Should we start like material things? So
Yeah.
like material goods. Would you rather have loads of shit, or would you rather like, but it's not necessarily got like good quality stuff. It's just you've got lots of it. Or would you rather
Yeah.
have a few things but it'd be quality? I feel like most people would choose a few quality things.
I think
I
girls are more of quantity because they have access to like fast fashion.
Team.
So they've got like Temu and they've got
Yeah.
Primark and all that shit. Guys are a little more simple, just purely out of the fact of their nature. Like guys are less into clothes than girls are. I feel like it's a basic built into a girl. Like nearly every girl's into like buying dresses and shit like that. Whereas guys, it's a little more simple. If you're into it, you're into it. If you're not, you're not.
It's a necessity more than anything else, isn't it? Buying clothes. It's like I need some clothes.
It's a tool for guys, really.
Yeah.
As a guy, if you care about what you put in your body, I think you're gonna get more bitches at the end of the day. Realistically, let's just be real. If you care about what you wear, and if you're looking nice, you're gonna succeed more, and not only in with women, but with many parts of life.
Yeah. It's like if you were right. I thought of another example of it. So when it comes to work, you've got some people who can work loads and loads of hours, but they don't get as much money for those hours. And then there's people out there who work like 20 hours a week, but they do 20 hours a week of doing something which they do better than anyone else. For example, like footballers, obviously they spend a lot of time training. Let's forget the training part. But footballers, 90 minutes a week, they get paid more than anyone else working any other company in the UK.
Sorry, just a bit distracted. There's a horse with a sparkly gold headband on.
Oh yeah.
Currently staring us down right now. And
it's quite nice, isn't it?
It's a very pretty
What's
horse.
that?
Sorry to interrupt you, bro. I just couldn't.
No, it's alright. I had no idea that was going on. Oh bless. I think it would be just having a horse.
Yeah, innit? Just horse around.
This is just my horse, and I can just ride it around the woods and stuff. Imagine this podcast, but we're just sat.
Horse.
Instead of sat on these chairs, we're just sat on horses.
Oh, bro, I want to ride a horse. I want to know how to ride a horse.
Have you ridden a horse?
Never.
You've never even like trotted?
Never. I touched my first horse like a year ago. I've never even touched a horse, bro, and I stroked a horse like a year ago.
When did you touch a horse?
Yeah, Peak District.
Oh right.
That was when I touched my first horse, bro.
What, just a wild one? Or like one that's
it was like
in a fence?
In a fence, and I stroked it, and bro, something primal.
Oh, they're lovely, yeah.
I was like, wow.
It's weird, because I guess I remember being taught how to like approach a horse when I was a kid. I didn't have a fucking horse, but my grandparents lived up north, and you used to go on walks, and there's just always horses around.
Yeah.
And yeah, we used to like feed them grass and stuff, because they eat all the grass in their area.
Yeah.
Just outside their area, there's like loads of like luscious green grass, so you can pick it up and like feed it to them, and they love it. And yeah, they're pretty gentle.
Sometimes they like the little straw shit, right?
Yeah.
Because up near where Fran lives, she lives in Kent, and they have like horses fucking everywhere. And yeah, you can pick up some grass and like feed it to them and shit. It's quite nice. Anyway, sidetrack.
That was a little side quest. What were we talking about?
Clothes, and you were talking about other aspects of life.
I started talking about work, didn't I? And how you can work. Some people work less hours. Right, some people work less hours but do a high quality job, and therefore they get paid more than that person doing more hours. Therefore, obviously, the higher levels, quality is obviously going to be a lot better. It's like in my job, I don't get paid as much as some of the other people pretty much doing a very similar job, purely because of them having like qualifications and things, they just get paid more, like for doing the same hours. Because their hours are technically worth
So
a higher
you're saying
quality. They can offer a higher quality of care.
So you're saying in that aspect they've got higher quality, they're more qualified, so therefore...
Yeah.
So that's quality.
Their time's worth more.
Indeed.
Because they're able to like give more drugs or whatever.
Yeah, that's quality. Are they getting paid more?
Yeah. Yeah, so they get paid more per hour.
Yeah.
Obviously, the higher up you go.
So that's another aspect. I was just thinking in a way, if you had quantity, like if you worked 2 jobs, you could get the same income as they do, but doing less thinking work. But it's not as good though, is it? Because you're working more hours to get the same as what they get, and you're not learning as much at the same time. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, and I think
it's not as good.
I think when you're
Definitely
young,
quality.
your time's quite valuable as well to have
100%.
some free time. Like, obviously, it depends what you do with it. Because if you're just doing fucking dumb shit with it, it's not gonna be worth it. You might as well do a job. But like, trying to learn stuff outside of your work, or maybe it is to do with your work, but maybe it's something else. Like, oh, how do I actually like structure my finances? How do I like where can I invest in X, Y, and Z? And like spending time doing that, or learning a skill that's not directly linked to your job. So like me, you're learning to do the very minimal amount of editing I do for this podcast, but I know I can edit a video now to some extent because I've had to learn little bits and bobs. Or like how to use cameras and mics and stuff. Like, it's got nothing to do with my job, nothing. No. But it's cool to learn like another skill.
Time is extremely valuable. I think time is maybe the biggest asset. If you control your time, the more time you can control, I think the better you are. Often, in life, if time is so valuable.
Yeah, and a lot of people talk about, if you like speak with these or see these podcasts with these like entrepreneur guys, they talk about time being directly linked to money and how money basically just is time.
Yeah.
Like the more money you have, the more you're able to spend that money.
People are paying. They always say people are paying for their time, don't they? That's what they're buying is their time, and time's extremely valuable to them, so they whack the prices up.
Yeah. It's like if you're, I don't know, I'm choosing very extreme examples, but if you're a Hollywood actor and you want to spend a lot of time working on a script or improving your acting skills, you get a chef.
Yeah.
You're technically paying someone for them to spend their time cooking for you, so you don't have to spend your time cooking.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's therefore that's basically just time is money.
100%.
So we talked about jobs, we talked about material shit. What else can we talk about? Coffee.
Yeah, I'd rather a quality coffee over a 10 coffees, that shit.
Yeah, like one amazing filtered coffee.
One amazing bean, just...
One great bean compared to like a spoonful of instant, or like several instant coffees. Surely it's got to be better for you if you had one coffee a day and it was a filtered coffee where you grind up the beans and then you filter it through a thing, or you have like 2 coffees a day and it's instant. Surely that's
got to be health benefits.
Yeah, or just the overall effect of the stimulant surely will be better as well. Don't know.
Definitely think there's probably some truth in that. I'm just trying to think what other additives they add to.
There's a whole process to make instant coffee.
I have no idea. I once applied for a job in a coffee factory. I went for an interview and everything. Never heard back from them.
Was it instant coffee or was it like coffee beans?
No, proper beans. Like they showed me the warehouse and yet they were like fully had bean machines. And
do they roast it?
Yeah, roast it and all that shit.
Grind it.
Yeah, it's fucking cool, man.
That is quite cool. That's interesting. It's an interesting insight though into that world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's quite cool.
And then people.
Oh, this is so.
This is the big bit. I thought this is the bit we'll go on about for a
It's
while.
the main bit.
This is the main bit. We've got past the little
side bits. I mean, it's obvious, isn't it? You want a close circle, good friends, keep it tight. You know, you will have each other's back rather than you're really popular, loads of friends, but no one that actually, you know, can look out for you. No one you could go to and have a proper conversation with.
That'd be shit.
That happens a lot with boys and stuff. A lot of boys I know, because they have a big group of boy mates they maybe know from school or something, and they just, when they meet up, they just meet to drink and shit, and just go out and stuff, and there's no real mates in their friendship that they could go to if they were going through a rough time or some shit, you know.
That's interesting, isn't it? Imagine, because I can't imagine that, because I haven't got that many friends, but I wouldn't want any more than I've got, because I feel like all areas are kind of covered, and I have enough time to be with those people to really feel like I've genuinely got a good sort of connection, like relationship with everyone, and like spend that time to actually talk through stuff, like, and like plan out things, and it's so much better. If I had like 15 friends, trying to keep it all in check would just be a nightmare. That's why when you make, I think for me, like, I meet new people and I never really find myself making the effort to keep them around a lot of the time, unless it's really like makes sense, because I don't know, I've kind of got what I need with friends. Like, it's really, I'm very lucky with my friends, I think, and just the quality of them is high, really high. The quantity is enough. Like,
for sure, man.
Like between 5 and 10, that's fine. Like, there's 7 days in a week, you can't see more than 10 friends.
Right.
If you can't see like all of your friends within a week, then it's a bit like you've got too many friends.
Yeah, for sure. I feel the same about that. I feel also lucky with the friends I've got, and I think there's proper quality friendships there.
The thing is, if you meet up as a big group, there's never that time where like two of you just decide to do like something like this, like us going off doing this podcast. It's because we've like had time where me and you just met up and go, what should we do with our lives?
Yeah.
let's go start podcasting, because why not? Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, let's do that.
Imagine trying to like be in a big group, like, let's do a podcast. Imagine trying to organise starting a podcast with like 5, 6, 7, 8
and you all got to be
people.
free at the same time.
And everyone's like, yeah, I want to be involved. And you all got to be free at the same time. You've got to get all the equipment to record like 5 or more people's voices. Must be a nightmare.
Mate, I couldn't fucking imagine it. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Imagine like trying to get your point in as well. Like, do you want some more coffee?
Yeah, go on.
There's not actually much left. Let me pour.
That's alright, I'll only have a little. I've had
There you go.
fucking... I was at Costa this morning trying to finish some work, so I've had probably enough coffee already.
Yeah.
Is there such thing?
Third coffee, maybe?
Smashing the coffee.
Also, I'm a bit under the weather at the moment, so, I mean, coffee is just good for you, innit? Just give you a bit more energy.
When you're feeling ill, it just, like, caffeine just kicks you.
That's all that's in paracetamols anyway.
Yeah, they do put it in. Yeah, they do put it in
Fucking
some
caffeine,
paracetamols and stuff.
And, you know.
Because obviously you can feel a bit lethargic when you're ill.
Yeah.
So,
Pump them with fucking, caffeine.
Yeah.
Doing me so dirty. Just getting voice cracks every time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Quality friendships. For sure. 100%.
Nice. Yeah.
Do you think girls are less likely to find quality friendships?
Ooh. It's a hard one, because like, my gut instinct goes yes, but then I'm thinking, there's a lot of guys who nowadays seem to struggle with it as well, where you just meet up as a big group and I feel like, I don't know.
Is it really?
I think
the
it
same?
depends on who you ask. I think some people would disagree and some people would agree.
Yeah,
I
think you're right. I think you probably hear about it from girls a lot more because they're more inclined to open up about that kind of stuff and talk about it. You know, they probably want to really talk about it. But if it happens to a dude, I don't think he'd be more inclined to like talk about it as much. You know, if you fell out with your mate, if I fell out with my mates, I don't see it coming up, me bringing it up to you, unless like it's a proper point of like what I want to make. Like, bro, you never guess what he did. Like, this is crazy, bro, I have to tell you.
Yeah.
As a girl, I feel like the littlest things sometimes they can tell their other girlfriend, and then it goes in a bit of a spiral. They're like, you know.
Yeah, I think so.
But does it happen as much to guys, but they just speak about it less?
I mean, we're a lot less open in terms of how we talk about how we're feeling, which is a whole nother podcast that I've got to do. But yeah, I think girls are a lot more inclined to talk about, oh, but this has upset me, whereas guys go, oh, do you know what, just forget about it. When it comes to whether they make as good of friendships, I think a lot of girls would probably think that they do. But then, because of just the way that girls are with their being more emotionally open and stuff, it might appear that way if you were to look from the outside. And guys, a lot of the time, if they're close, they just meet up and insult each other the whole time. That happens quite a lot. And just take the piss and stuff. But then, like, if guys are truly friends, they're truly able to like talk about stuff, like genuinely that they're like concerned about, or like, bro, this has been happening, what do you think? Like, I feel like it just means so much more than if a girl was to do it with another girl.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I do. There's definitely more. I think because there's this stereotype between like guys can't open up and talk about their feelings.
Yeah.
That when a dude does open up and talk about his feelings with his mate, it's definitely valued more.
Yeah, massively.
Because, you know,
I feel like girls will do it by default. Like they will just, hello, how are you?
I've got to fucking tell you this.
Oh, I can't believe what's happened to me. This has happened, and I've got all these problems, and blah, blah, blah. Whereas I feel like guys, it's like, sometimes it takes the other person to go like, you've been alright recently, like you, and whatever, and like, oh, I've heard like this is happening, or like, are you struggling with this? And then they'll go, yeah, so I am a bit, and then just be honest about it. And I feel like that's just worth so much more. Maybe that's a bit sexist, I don't know. But
no, it's
I feel
just
like a lot of people would probably
we're
be
just
like,
talking from experience.
Yeah.
It's not like there's no harm in. We are blokes at the end of the day, so we're gonna say it from a guy's point of view.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any more?
Yeah. So I was thinking how you the media you consume. I was thinking of as well. Now, because we're all kind of like addicted to our phones, at least to some degree. Fucking everyone is. Anyone who says they're not is lying.
Anyone that's got a smartphone,
you have to have you're to some extent addicted to your phone. Like, it's impossible nowadays not to be. But you can obviously consume lower or higher quality of content. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a lot of dumb shit out there that you can watch. There's endless dumb shit that you can watch. And I feel like growing up, before we had smartphones to the level that they are now, I feel like even then I used to watch a lot of crap on like YouTube and stuff.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean, like old school KSI and all that sort of stuff, where it's just
a lot of useless
screaming at a camera, fucking fighting on camera, playing like shitty little games, just because it's just pure entertainment. It was nothing else. Whereas now, obviously, there's a bit more of a like, there's more out there. There is still that dumb shit. There's probably more dumb shit, but there's also all the cool podcasts and stuff you can learn. You can go on YouTube and learn to do anything. Like, you can learn to go and fucking make your own wardrobe on YouTube if you really wanted to. You can go on YouTube and like learn how to manage like your stock portfolio. You can go and learn how Bitcoin works.
Yeah, you can almost self-teach yourself anything.
You can learn how
from,
to set up a podcast. Like,
yeah.
there's so much out there. Like, and how do you actively like consume high quality content rather than just large quantities? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think you've got to have interest. You've got to I don't know, you've got to have an interest in, for a start, wanting to have a better lifestyle. Like, because that will lead you going down the path of creators that promote healthy eating and healthy lifestyle. That will push you in that direction to watch that content.
So like actively having a conscious...
Yeah, you've got to actively, that's got to be something, and I don't know how you come up with that. I'm not really sure how you obtain that. I don't know how I obtain that. Like how
You just
I
guess you fall into the algorithm, but I guess it's got to start with you like just deliberately searching it and being like, I want to learn how to do this. I want to learn how to...
It's weird that, isn't it? Like,
yeah.
How do you fall into interests? Is it something you're born with? Because for me, like, I've gone down the path of, let's just throw some examples out there. Instead of watching Sidemen, I've watched, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a good, Joe Rogan podcast. Like, I'd watch a good podcast before I watch any Sidemen video or any Beta Squad video or anything like that. Don't get me wrong, I've watched a few and they're funny, they're great. I'm not saying I don't enjoy them. They are good stuff, but it's purely, you're not learning anything when you watch them videos. You're like, it's purely entertainment and that's it. And it's great. Sometimes just entertainment is good to have, and if you want to switch your mind off from something you've been worrying about, you want just entertainment. You don't want to fill your mind with other crap to think about.
Yeah.
But that choice that whatever's inside my brain that made me go, you know what, these videos are cool, but I don't actually enjoy them that much. I'd rather watch this. What decided that in my head, I don't know. I'm trying to think. Football, for example. I like playing football, but I don't watch football. I don't follow football, anything like that. Like, I'll have a kick about with my mates, and I'm okay at it. Like, I'm not crap. Like, I can play football. But I'll never go out my way. I'd say never. A few times I've gone, maybe World Cup or some shit like that, or like the odd game. My mate's got tickets to a football game, I'll go. It'd be cool. But that initial attraction to be like, football, my ride or die, my team, die for this team, type shit. That's never been something that's been attractive to me, ever. And that, in my opinion, I mean, it's great, I do get into cases where I'm like, knowing and knowledge about football would be great right now. For example, conversations with people that you've just met. Football is such a solid point to talk about. And when someone goes, oh, what team? That dreadful question I dread. When someone goes, oh, what team do you support then? Fuck.
And then you got to explain that you don't support a team.
Yeah,
and they're like, what do you mean?
I support this team.
Like, and then they think you've got fucking problems.
Yeah, you're like,
I swear, some people act like that. Like, they act like you've got fucking problems if you don't support a football team.
You don't watch football? What
can you possibly be doing?
Yeah.
So I'm just doing other stuff.
Maybe something more valuable. Like, I'm not wasting my time crying because my team didn't lose.
Do you know what the problem is with... I like watching football. I really enjoy playing football. But I don't really care about what's going on with teams and stuff. Yeah. I've got nothing to do with them. They've got nothing to do with me. Like, the problem with being able to know lots about football, it's not like you can, like, one day go, okay, I'm going to learn about football so then I can go to work and talk about football. You have to like keep updated.
Oh yeah, you have to study it.
The teams
every
change
day.
constantly. The league positions change constantly. It's a part-time job trying to keep on track.
It is. It really is. It's a full-time. I mean,
that's why you can't really have it. That's why people who are into football, generally that's their big like passion and what they're into, because it takes so much time to know what the fuck is going on. It really does, and you don't have time to like do anything else.
Guys that are out with their girlfriends and they're like, oh babe, I can't. No, the game's on. We have to find a pub. You're out having a nice day, maybe a little date, maybe it's your anniversary, and you're getting a little food, you're getting a little drink. He's like, oh babe, the game's on. No, we've got to go to the nearest pub. I've got to watch the footy. I've got to watch it. No, we have to go. Yeah. I'm sorry, man. I can see as a girl that could be a biggest turn off.
And do you know what the problem is?
per
Like,
se.
as someone coming from a rugby background, 90 minutes is just too long to be sat watching sport.
Yeah.
It's such a lot. It's so long. Like 80 minutes, I can just about
Yeah.
stand, and even that, for me, I'm struggling. Like, it's unless it's really a good game. But 90 minutes, several times a week, that's just too long.
If you really want to watch, yeah, it's nearly every day. If you really want to fucking, you know, keep up with it.
That's just so much time.
And there's multiple games on in a day too. It's not one game. You know, you might want to watch 2 games that day that are on. Someone plays one after another. Fuck me, it's 3 hours of your day gone.
Probably more than that, because you've got all the, and you got to wait for the half time
Adverts, half time.
because it is half term at the moment. And then you've got to wait, and then there's the interviews afterwards if you want to hear them go.
Yeah,
So yeah, you know, like we played quite well, you know.
Yeah. So funny with Scouse. That's great.
It's just a lot of time.
It's a lot of time, man. And I mean, cool if you're passionate about that. You know, do your thing, bro. You do whatever you want. But yeah, not something I'm too passionate about. I definitely want to spend my time doing other stuff. I mean, someone could look at us, spend our time doing this, thinking, why the fuck would you want to sit in a park chatting absolute crap?
Yeah,
you know,
and they'd have a point.
They have a point. They may have a point.
But this is what we want to do.
It's what we want to do. So, you know. But anyway.
Oh, yeah.
It's all came from quality, innit?
So I was talking about media, the media you consume.
Yes.
Oh, I've got another example. So, fucking streaming services like Netflix, Amazon, Disney, right? I was going to say I don't have any. I do technically have all of them because I use my sisters. I don't have any. But if I didn't have access to my sisters, I think I'd just fuck it off.
Yeah, would you?
Yeah, I think I'd fuck it off.
I reckon I'd have Netflix.
Would you have Netflix?
I'm on a family account, so I've had Netflix for a longest time. But
on my own, like, it's just extortionately expensive.
Yeah.
I will just never watch it. I never ever watch it. Do you know what would be a more efficient, more cost-effective and higher quality way of me, if I wanted to watch something, going to like CEX and buying a DVD, because I'm going there. You haven't got the restrictions of like it might or might not be on Netflix, because it's all like the best stuff is obviously in CEX because it's on DVD.
Yeah.
So you can just go there. It's like a couple quid. Probably I could only get through like a series a month probably of something, or a couple films a month. Like, that's gonna be so much cheaper than.
I guess the appreciation for going, it's a proper thing when you watch a movie, then, isn't it? It's like, oh,
then it's
I
like
really
I've gone
wanna
to
see this movie.
It's like the old days of when people used to go to Blockbuster and used to go and used to hire a
I
movie.
remember that when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Man. I just loved that shit. Walking through Blockbusters, fucking picking up movies I wanted to see.
Because otherwise, I feel like I spend more time on Netflix on the main screen scrolling than I do actually watching anything. Literally, and then half the time you just resort to like, I'll just watch Peep Show again, or I'll just watch fucking Rick and Morty or whatever.
Yeah. I
just end up going back to I look through everything, like, oh, the new stuff, let's have a look at all this. This has just been added, and then you just look through it all, and then go, I'm just gonna watch what I've been watching anyway.
Yeah, I love the old films. So like when I'm on Netflix, I'll like try to search for like 90s movies or 80s movies.
Yeah.
I try to watch all the classics because
because they're the best, aren't they? They are the best.
Yeah, they are the best, and or like any movies with good production and like you know, well-known directors and stuff that are big movies that come out. It's a massive movie gonna come out on Prime. It's like I think I saw somewhere say that it's the most budget for a movie ever, and it's got like Brad Pitt in it, and it's got all these crazy actors.
There's no old film.
No, it's a new one that's coming out. It says coming soon on Prime. But it's an F1 film, and it's called F1, and it's like starring Brad Pitt's the main guy in it, and like I think that's gonna be fucking insane. Apparently the budget for it was like 350 million or some shit.
Yeah.
It's like stupid budget.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Films like that I really like. Wow, okay, I've got to see that film. The director's crazy, the actors are good, you know, all of that. that's something. Yeah, I'll go out my way to watch a movie like that. But yeah, again, yeah, like old movies, like classics, like they're so much more fun to watch. I find.
And again, going back to like the whole thing is, there was less coming out then, but at a higher quality, whereas now we've got more coming out at a lower quality.
Yeah, for sure.
In my opinion.
Also, like movies used to be such a such a thing to do.
Like an event,
if you had a girl, if you'd met a girl and you want to take her on a date, take her to the movies, you know, like that used to be the shit. Like not in my time, like I can't remember that ever being a thing in my life. But like you see on movies, and you see, like, you know, it's like Greece or some shit. I don't think they even went to the movies in Greece. No, they went to the drive-through movie, didn't they? But like, I'm trying to think movies from like that period. They're like getting the girl, they're going to the movie, and they're seeing a horror film. It just looks great. It's a proper like,
it's a vibe.
It's a thing to do. Is go to the movies. Whereas now, like, when would you ever go to the movies?
I mean, when was the last time you got excited about a film that was coming out? Like
all the biggest movies now come out on like, there'll be like premiere on like Prime. You may have to pay for it, but it's like the premiere is like it's coming out on Prime, or it's coming out on Netflix. You know what I mean? The Netflix special
kind of takes the whole excitement of it away.
Yeah.
Because
I can see this whenever I want type thing, rather than like, oh, it's only in the movies for like a month, so I have to see it in this month.
Yeah.
Before it disappears forever, which used to be the case.
Yeah.
Before they start bringing out on DVD and shit.
Yeah.
You know.
Better times, wasn't it?
I really think that
for that industry, it was definitely a better time.
Yeah, and that life, I think, what a better time to live. I love to grow up in the like 80s. I like, you know.
I feel like you appreciate things more back then, like there's little things that we just kind of take for granted
it's like
now.
Getting into the phone stuff again, you know. It's like people weren't addicted to the phones. Like you had to call up the landline if you wanted to call someone, or like
not even that long ago, like
payphone or some shit. You couldn't actually pull out a phone and call someone. You had to go to the house phone and like all that shit, you know.
I was thinking the other day about like movies like American Pie and stuff like that. They couldn't actually make a modern version of that film now, because imagine like, oh, we're all going to the party, and then he gets to the party and everyone's just on their phones. Like, would be realistic. But obviously back then there was nothing else. There was nothing you could bring with you to sit and look at. You had to be engaged in the party. Otherwise you'd be stood there like a knobhead just stood in a party.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's so true, man. I do envy that. I really do.
Yeah.
Must have been cool to like link with your mates. You'll call each other on your house phone. Oh, we got to meet at this time. You got to be there. You couldn't be late because all your mates would be like, "Fuck, has he got hit by a bus or something?" Like they'd be like, "What's happened to Johnny? Like he's not here. Like he's fucking not been here for the last 20 minutes. What's happened to him?"
You'd have no idea. There's
leave.
No way of like.
You'd go without him.
You'd have to just go because it's like,
go.
Well, we don't know what's happened to him.
Johnny ain't coming.
We can't contact him because there's no such thing as a phone. We can't
knock on his house, but he might live like a while away.
Yeah.
I mean, like, fuck, Johnny ain't coming, man. We got to leave without Johnny. And you go to the party, and fucking 2 hours later, Johnny rolls up. You're like, Johnny!
Yeah.
What the fuck? What are you doing here? Oh, boys, I fucking, this happened to me. It's great. It's what I feel like it's what life's meant to be.
Like the surprise, there's more surprise in life, surely.
Yeah, man. You got to just run into shit. He might be like, oh, guys, you never guess what happened. This happened, that. And, it's so exciting, like.
Oh, man.
And now it's like, oh, where the fuck is Jack? Oh, Jack, he's not here. Oh, snap him. All right.
Where are you?
Oh,
he sent me his location. Right, I know exactly where he is.
Yeah.
There's no mystery there.
Yeah, no.
We know where Jack is.
Know where Jack is. Oh, he said wait for him. Oh, we're gonna have to wait. He said it'll be 30 minutes. Oh fuck, we're gonna be late to the party. Oh, we get, oh, we got to stop by the
before they could have just left without the cunt.
Yeah. And Johnny wouldn't have had
any,
Johnny wouldn't have had any, fucking grudge against fucking Jack, James and Bill. But Like, you know, he'd been understandable. But no, if you left James, and James gone be like, oh, boys, I'm hate, he'd be like, oh, you're a snake, bro, you're a snake. You left without me.
Yeah.